Hello, Internet! I feel like I should introduce myself, I guess. I'm Sarah. I sometimes play Minecraft with Gabe. But today, it's just you and me. Right! Welcome! I'm going to play Don't Starve. Don't Starve is a game that I have enjoyed. It has gotten very complicated. I played it a lot when it was first released, and then they added a bunch of packs to it, and then they made it multiplayer, and I have not done any of that. I haven't even played any of the secondary characters that they introduced later. I still play exclusively as Maxwell. Right. Play. Start a new game. This, by the way, down here, the Survival 1-47, that is my personal best so far. I have never made it more than 47 days. We're going to leave the character default, we're going to leave the world random, and we're not going to cancel. Therefore, we go to start. It's making a world for us! Who is this slender man with the rose in his collar? No one knows! But here we are. We better find something to eat before night comes. So there are a variety of resources that you can pick up. Some grasses. Grasses are useful for binding things and also for sometimes making things. Sticks are good for structural things. Flowers are good for other reasons that we don't care about right now. And a little map here. We're on the ocean. Here's some more saplings. Now, the primary goal of a game like Don't Starve, as you might guess from the name, is to not starve. And also not to go crazy. Or be murdered to death. Here's a carrot. Carrots are pretty great. There are bees inside beehives, and they're very dangerous. And we don't have any protection at all, so we're going to stay well away from that. Gather some resources. Here's a bee over here by a flower. There's a rabbit over here. You can catch and eat them eventually. They live in these little holes over here. Here, this is important. Flint. Pick up flint. See, things are going down to my bar over here. When you hover over it, you get right-click. Right-click to examine that. Right-click to eat that. And on the left nav here, we have a variety of actions we can take. Tools, these are various tools you can make. We have more than one stick and more than one flint, therefore we can make an axe with which we can chop down trees. So we hit build, we make an axe, it's in his hands, and then we chop down a tree. When you chop down trees, you get logs and also pine cones. Tip for this game, if you hit the space bar, you will pick up the nearest thing, or complete the nearest action. Ooh, seeds. Birds drop seeds. Those are handy. The trees go through a growth cycle. We can see a little tree, which is the first stage, a medium-sized tree, which is the next stage, a big tree, which I'm currently chopping, and then eventually the big trees die and wither and turn into kind of useless trees that will eventually regenerate in the circle of life. Something else worth knowing here is that you'll see up in the corner here, we're on day 1. The yellow part of the circle is the daylight part of the day. The red part of the circle is the evening, where it gets a little bit dimmer, and then the blue part is night. Nighttime is full blackness, and if you do not have a source of light, you will be eaten by a grue. It does not say that explicitly, but that's really what they mean. So, I'm gonna harvest some more stuff, get us some carrots. And, ooh, there's some flint up here. All of your tools do eventually wear out, so we'll need more flint eventually for making other tools or for replacing our axe when the time comes for that. the first couple of days, you really just spend wandering around, looking at the general area. There are biomes. We're now in kind of a foresty biome. I think this is actually a meadow. The green part is like a meadow. The brown part here is, we had a little game crash issue, and we changed the audio outputs. So, in the meantime, evening has come. So, we'll continue here. Running around, chopping down this tree. I'm keeping a pretty close eye in the upper right on the little dial going around telling me what time of day it is. Oh, my axe broke. Let's make a new axe. Finish chopping this tree. Trees and things that you interact with don't have health bars you can see or anything, but if you start chopping down a tree and stop, it will have damage, so it'll take fewer chops to cut it down after that. Ooh, more berries. Well, as you see, we're getting quite close to evening. So I'm going to pick a spot not too near anything flammable. Go to survival, campfire. And now I have a nice toasty campfire. Get these berries, I'll get this carrot, the sapling, and then go close to my fire at nighttime. So, now it's night. You need to be near a source of light during night, or monsters, scary nightmares will come and get you. You can see over in the far right corner here, pick blue mushroom. Mushrooms, there are 3 kinds. They have various effects. You shouldn't eat them on your own, under most circumstances, but you can cook them in recipes. It's getting a little darker, as you can see if I click on the fire. It's getting a bit low, you're right. So we pick up a little fuel to the fire that way. And there's 3 different mushrooms, and they all fruit at a different time of day. So I think red ones fruit in the daytime, green ones fruit in the evening, and blue ones fruit at night. I'm going to go pick this blue mushroom, as he's just within an area that I can see him without getting in trouble. I can also pick this sapling without getting in trouble. So, I have some various foods in my food bar here. The berries will spoil first. You can see how it's turning gray at the top. The green color indicates freshness. As this bar decreases, it'll eventually turn yellow and then red, and that means it's getting less and less good to eat. Eventually, eating food that is not good for you will make you sick. You see my little stomach thing in here? I have 93 stomachs for my hunger. Eat some berries, and increase that a little bit. This is health, and this is sanity. You lose health by getting attacked by things, or, eating bad mushrooms, or spoiled food. You lose sanity by doing a variety of things, but being too far from light when it's dark out will take your sanity away. Your sanity just kind of gets drained as well. It's stressful being out here by yourself. And hunger, of course, is, you just get more and more hungry over time until you eat. So I'm just gathering some resources, some stuff. This is kind of the grindy portion of the game, which I actually kind of enjoy. I like exploring. I'm an explorer type. Oh, there's some flint. Flint's very important. And there's some bushes. Aha! Another piece of flint. Excellent. Now that we have 2 pieces of flint, we can make a pickaxe. Oh, My fire left a pile of ash. Pick that up. So back to this rock over here. And we'll switch to our pickaxe by right-clicking. And then we'll mine this rock. And we get more flint, we get some rocks, and niter. Niter is useful later in the game. More berries, some more seeds. Seeds you can eat. They don't do a whole lot for you when you eat them, but you can also later build farms and plant them. The nice thing about seeds is, although they don't give you a whole lot of food points, they're not terribly filling, they take a very long time to spoil. Remember where all these berry bushes are. At some point, I'll set up a home camp. And when I do that, I will go looking for berry bushes and dig them up and bring them back to my camp where I will plant them. Oh, here's another coast. There are a set number of things you can have in a stack. For grass and sticks, it's 40. So usually when you get to 40, it's good to stop, because until we have things like backpacks, we can't carry a very large amount of things. Lots of flint. Flint is good. Oh, there's a turkey. Turkeys are the worst. It'll be dark soon. And turkeys go hide in, oh, there's a red mushroom. Oh my goodness, so many carrots. Carrots spoil, I'd say, medium fast. Berries spoil relatively quickly, but unlike carrots, they're a renewable resource. That's why we'll go get the bushes later, because they will grow new berries periodically. Looks like this whole southern coast is just more of this meadow. So one of the sort of controversial topics with Don't Starve players is where to set up home base. I have a particular thing that I look for, which is a grassland containing beefalo. Beefalo are great big mammals. They're kind of adorable. They sort of remind me of Appa. I don't know if you've seen Avatar: Last Airbender, but they're sort of like if Appa couldn't fly and only had 2 legs and was not a vegetarian, I guess. They don't really eat people, they just attack them sometimes. But beefalo are dangerous. But they are not as dangerous as, oh gosh, what are they called? There's a wolf-like creature in this game that has a particular name that I've forgotten. Oh, and there, it's gonna rain. The wolves and the beefalo are natural enemies. So, if you are going to be attacked by wolves, you can run into the herd of beefalo. No, I can't carry any more stuff. I better start a fire. This rain will make the fire grumpy. You're so hungry, I know. I know, baby. Let's feed you some of these berries. Berries. And how about a carrot? How about the carrot? One more carrot. There you go. So you see it's nighttime now, and there's a little down arrow over on the brain telling us that the fact that it's nighttime is a drain on our sanity. And the rain puts out the fire, so we put more fuel in the fire. And we hang out. Let's see, what else is there to learn? So I have run out of inventory. Once we find a good place to set up camp, then I will start building machines. It's what some of this over here, science. I want to build a science machine, for which I will need 4 stones, a bunch of logs, 4 logs I guess, and 1 gold. So, reasonably, in order to build that, I will probably have to either stumble into a graveyard, where sometimes there are chunks of gold just lying on the ground. Graveyards also, unsurprisingly, drain your sanity. Or I'll have to find a biome that contains gold-bearing rocks, which have a particular look to them. You can tell they have gold in them. Once I have found a suitable place and I found some gold, I'll make a science machine, and then use the science machine to do science! And it will teach me how to make other useful things such as backpacks. Right now we could also make traps. These are used for trapping rabbits. Light, campfires, also torches which are handheld, you can run around, a fire pit if we had more stones, a science machine, and a basic grass suit, which is a sort of a bare minimum of protection. I try to save my grass, because you need fires pretty badly. I'm walking on a path now, you see I'm walking faster because I'm on a path. Picking up some more food. I'm not going to go too out of my way. Paths are nice. They sometimes go places, but sometimes don't. Oh! Hello! I've come to a pig village. Pigs can be hostile, so it's a good idea to sort of generally keep your distance. That's a pig house. Ooh, oh! My goodness, we've found the Pig King already. The Pig King will take gifts, and when you give him things, he will give you things in trade. As you can see, they have a great number of berries over here, which we will leave alone for the time being, because they get cranky when you pick their berries. Pigs are pretty okay. Well, so here's a sort of deserty biome where you sometimes find gold-bearing rocks, but there aren't any here. Oh, goodness. That is a suspicious dirt pile. One of the things I really like about Don't Starve is that it has a lot of different elements, and they are largely determined by chance. It's not really advantageous for us to pursue... Ooh, rocks. To pursue the suspicious piles of dirt at the moment. They are, in fact, animal tracks. And you can follow the animal tracks and come to a large animal. Ooh. But we don't have any way to either corral or kill the large animal at this point, so that's not very good for us. So here's a graveyard. This headstone is blank. There's no mist on the ground, so it's not going to do any sanity draining. It might just be that one headstone, I guess. There's... Oh! And we found some spiders. Spiders come out at night. These nests will grow larger and larger over time as days pass. And the larger the nests are, the more spiders they have, and tougher spiders show up later. Hunting spiders or killing spiders is a dangerous business, but it gives you lots of useful goodies. Aha! That's a grassland, and those are beefaloes. So we want to get over there. Another mushroom? I pick mushrooms when I find them, because they grow back. And, oh dear. An evil flower's about? That's more metaplot stuff that we don't need to get into right now. It's a shame we can't go over the ocean. Have a look at the map here. The map is not giving me good information about whether I can get over to that grassland by going this direction. So I guess we'll just keep walking and find out. Ah! Haha! Oh, me of little faith. Oh! Oh no! Oh, I hate it when it does this. You jerks. Yeah, I bet it's evening. Really? You can't carry any more? Oh, that's right. You're full of sticks. You take the high road and I'll take the low road, and I'll get to Dublin before ye. Oh, 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 there's the grassland. Hooray. Okay. Oh, is this going to be a totally different grassland with no beefaloes in it? That would be kind of typical. Yeah, this would go south. We're not going to... Oh, there's a... There might be gold over here, though. Check. No, no gold rocks. And then more grassland. This is a very strange map. But I saw beefaloes for sure this way. Yeah, there's spiders. It's evening now, so the spiders will roam randomly. They get really aggressive at night. So we'll just put some distance between us and them. I know you're so hungry. Actually, we don't want to be in the forest. Spiders live in forests. Oh, what are those lights? If only I could catch the fireflies. Don't do that. That's a bad idea. So pine cones can be used as fuel, as can manure piles. Oh, fine. Here. Oh, so delicious. Berries. I need some carrots, too. Later, when we'll be cooking recipes in a crock pot, it is useful to have a diverse array of ingredients. It's not like a 1-to-1 ratio, but, like, in general, if you don't wind up with, like, only a bunch of carrots and a bunch of rabbit meat, that will really limit the kinds of things you can make, and it's beneficial to be able to make different kinds of things, because different kinds of food have different benefits. Oh, goodness. Oh, our poor brains are sadly starting to suffer some, so we should probably start picking some flowers.